I couldn't turn my camera on and show my shame. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm Not only was that a division game, but it was the fucking Cowboys without Dak Prescott. Without Dak Prescott. Okay, usually we don't talk about Giants games first, but we're gonna talk about last night's game. Today is Tuesday. We're going to talk about last night's game, Monday night. This is the reason I told you I was posting Monday and Thursday, but I could not post yesterday without watching the Giants game. I couldn't. I couldn't. And after I've seen what I've seen, I don't want to talk about it, but here we are. Here we are. So buckle up, because this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a quick one. I'm over these. This is going to be a quick one. These predictions are going to be short and sweet. Just know that. But first, let's talk about the Monday night game. Oh. Oh. I'm at a loss for words. The first half was trash from both teams. The first half was dog. Oh. And I'm so mad, I forgot what video we're making. I thought I was reviewing teams. We're going to talk about last week, week 3, because I had to wait for the Giants game. That's what that is. So, sorry, folks. I'm still trying to figure out what happened in the first half and the second half of that game. Trying to figure out what happened on Monday night. So, yeah, let's talk about that first. I mean, 23-16, the score pretty much says it. There wasn't a whole lot of high-octane offense, nor was there a whole lot of skilled defense making the offense make mistakes. It's not like both teams were playing good-ass defense. Okay, Cowboys were playing good defense. I will give them that. Lawrence, man was going crazy. But then again, our offensive line isn't nothing crazy, and Daniel Jones isn't exactly Lamar Jackson. So, on that note, who is that backup? Who is that backup? That backup quarterback? Am I tripping? Who was that? I gotta do research on it. I'll be more informed Thursday. Just know that. Hey, be ready for the video Thursday because we play the Bears. Giants play the Bears next week. I'm gonna save that for Thursday. I'm giving out spoilers already. Boy, oh boy. I mean, coverage was bad. Pass game was bad. Okay, the other games, it was bad, but they got the win, so it didn't matter in a way. It was wins, and it was just a lot more wins than we've gotten over the past 6 years at the beginning of season. So I was hyped, and I told you guys that week 1 I was gonna regret this. I told you guys week 1. I was going to regret getting overhyped. But, hey, I'm kind of mad that the Eagles are looking so good in the division, too. Because now that we lost to the Cowboys, we have to win the next one. We have to win. Honestly, I wish we could just win every single division game. I'm not even going to get into it. Here I am ranting. Yes, the Cowboys beat the Giants 23-16. These game reviews are going to be quick and brutal. That's the first game. Now that we're 4 minutes deep. I could not show my shame today. I'm so sorry, guys. You will see my face Thursday. I promise. I don't break promises. Okay, Steelers-Browns. I mean, that was actually a solid game. The Browns played really well. Nick Chubb's a freaking beast. Nick Chubb's a monster. I mean, I seen somebody in my league had the Nick Chubb as their running back in my fantasy football league, in which I finally got my first win this week. I'm retarded. I'm 1-2 in my league right now. But there's somebody who's got Nick Chubb, and he just got a pretty penny for that game. So yeah, Steelers get kind of stomped out by the Browns. Not even gonna lie, the Browns are looking way better than they have over the last few years. They're building for sure. Speaking of teams that are building, the Bills and the Dolphins. Yo. Okay, so the score 19-21 Dolphins. But that score does not indicate that. The Bills are like two, maybe three plays away from winning that game. The Dolphins, they are looking really good. They're not looking perfect. They're not looking like a Super Bowl winning team, but they look like they can get pretty good in the playoffs. I feel like they can get in the round two if they stay on this course. The Dolphins look good. I'm impressed. Bravo to the Dolphins. That's what I have to say about that one. The the Dolphins just stomped the Bills. I mean, they didn't stomp them. The Bills are 3 plays away from winning that game. 21-19 Dolphins. Yeah. Speaking of teams who I'm actually very impressed with is Bengals Jets. After the impressive win from the Jets last week, I knew the Bengals were going to come through and stomp out all that enthusiasm and motivation, even though the Bengals are 0-2. They were 0-2 before this game. The Jets, they already have a win, which is weird. This is the whole league is weird. We'll get to that later because there's teams that just shouldn't have won Sunday and they did. I mean, anybody can win on any given Sunday. That's facts. Don't mistake. The Jets could beat the freaking anybody on any given Sunday. But on this Sunday, they lost to the Bengals. So, 27-12. The offensive line finally blocked for Joe Burrow. If that helps. I don't have much to say, but except for this is a stomp. The Bengals stomped the Jets, for sure. But to be expected. Yeah, so Titans, they finally get a win. In that winless game between the Raiders and the Titans came out on top, 24-22. I mean, it was a close game, but the Raiders just every game they've lost all year, they're 3 or 4 plays away from winning. So it's simple as that. I feel like they're shooting themselves in their own foot, and I feel like that's a harsh judgment because I have a personal bias because of my girl who is a Raiders fan. So I look real closely into them as I do my Giants. I talk shit about my Giants all the time, if that makes sense. Especially Daniel Jones. I'm not going to get into it. But the Raiders, they're so good, and they don't even have a win. The Raiders are probably the best 0-3 team I've ever seen. I'm going to leave it at that. Titans win 24-22. Saints and Panthers. Jameis Winston really is looking good this year, but just the Panthers pulled something that they couldn't pull for the first 2 weeks, and I still don't know what that is. It's like they found the chemistry or the synergy, if you will, that they needed to get, and it felt like they were finally playing as a team instead of like individuals. So that was actually a decent game to watch. If you like to watch Jameis Winston, just I don't know what that guy what's going through that guy's head sometimes. I mean, like, some throws are absolutely beautiful and perfect, and you would swear Tom Brady threw that shit or Aaron Rodgers threw that shit. And then there's some times where you would swear Mark Sanchez threw that shit. Like, if you know, you know. Yeah, Panthers win 22-14 over the Saints. That was a decent one. Ravens Patriots. I expected the Ravens to stomp the Patriots out, and that's exactly what happened. But it's a closer score than you think because the Patriots scored in garbage time at the end. So Ravens 37 over the Patriots 26. I don't have much to say about that one either. Lamar Jackson, pay that man, bro. Fucking pay that man, bro. Somebody get him a contract. Hey, if he keeps playing like this, the Ravens aren't going to have a quarterback because everyone in the league is going to be wanting to pay him that moolah. That's crazy. He's going to have an MVP season on a 1-year contract extension? Well, like, what is that? What that is? Oh, I'm more mad about Lamar Jackson not getting his money than I am the Patriots losing. That actually brings me joy. So,
Ravens over the Patriots, 37-26. Now, to bring it back to my hometown, Detroit Lions, they are bad, but they stayed in this game, I guess. Okay, the Vikings didn't play as good as they could. Like, okay, we seen what the Vikings are capable week 1. Because, I mean, not by just only throwing it to Justin Jefferson, but, you know, they got other really good weapons at wide receiver. So, they really kind of shot themselves in their own foot to make this game so close. But the Lions also played above average, if that makes sense, because the Vikings are very good. The Vikings are so much better than the Lions. So I think that's what made this a close game. Lions 24, Vikings 28. I mean, kind of not expected score, but expected dub for sure. Eagles, Commanders. See, this is what pissed me off because the Eagles are looking like a beautiful team. The Eagles are looking like they could win the Super Bowl, and that hurts to say. And I'm gonna be honest, I can't hate. You know, ain't sipping on no haterade over here. Like I can't front, and they're just rolling over people. I feel like Jalen Hurts really found himself. They got that new rookie receiver on top of the receivers they already have. They got tight ends. They got running backs. They're good. I think they're super set, and I think they can win the Super Bowl for real. Like, no joke. And that'll be the last time I said that all year. Eagles over Commanders, 24-28. For sure. And that's also a division game in the Giants division, so that kind of pisses me off. Because the Eagles are now, like, what, 3-0? Undefeated? That's crazy. We were undefeated before Monday for our last night. Sad face. Alright. Chiefs, Colts. Yo! Okay, so this is what I was talking about, how the league's crazy. This is what I was talking about. This year is crazy. That Colts-Chiefs game was freaking wild. I mean, I don't know if the Colts defense is so good that they held Patrick Mahomes to 17 or what, but that game was wild. I couldn't even imagine the Chiefs losing to the Colts, who are 1-1-1 now, by the way. That's kind of cool. 1-1-1. No, it's not cool, my bad. It's not cool to have a tie. It's not the American way. Anyways, Colts over the Chiefs, 20-17. That was a brisky one. On to the next one. Texans, Bears. Yo, kind of a shit show game, kind of a decent game. Not even a lot. It had its moments. The score was 20-23 Bears, but it had its moments. The Texans are bad, but also the Bears are just slightly. The Bears are bad too, but slightly better than the Texans. I don't know. Weird game. Weird year. 2023. Bears. Jaguars, Chargers. Here we go. This was a wild one. Justin Herbert is supposed to be that dude, right? He's supposed to be the one coming through for everybody. He's supposed to be the one developing the skills in the offseason, right? Yo. Somebody block for that man. And he also needs to make better decisions throughout that game. I feel like he wasn't real comfortable. I feel like the defense got to him real early, and it was kind of a wrap from there. Because this game turned out to be 38-10 Jaguars. The defense, them defensive backs, their corners and safeties are good on the Jags. So, don't sleep on them, but I mean, that's just what they're capable of. Let's see if they keep that up all year. If they do that for the next couple weeks, I'll be impressed and I'll buy it, you know? Rams Cardinals. This was a tough one because I want the Cardinals to freaking win, man. I want the Cardinals to win. This is bullshit. And they have a hard ass schedule. They've been playing like hard ass teams. I think, am I tripping? They beat the Rams. I mean, not the Rams. The Raiders. The Cardinals beat the Raiders at some point. I think second week or first week, something like that. But point being is they can do better. Rams win 20-12 over the Cardinals. They can be better. Interesting one here. Tom Brady finally gets a loss this week. Aaron Rodgers gets him 14-12 Packers. So that was a defensive game, as you see. So there's not much to say about defensive games as much as I do love defensive games. It's more of group tackles and the defensive backs get individual plays, but that's a position. If you fuck up, everyone notices. So it was a good defensive game all around against two great quarterbacks. Not much more to say than that. Falcons, Seahawks. That was a bad game. I mean, I feel like I shit on these games every week, but sometimes the matchups are just not it. They're just not it. The Falcons, they finally get a win. I mean, good on them. But the Seahawks have Geno Smith, and Geno Smith is just not fun to watch. I'm so sorry. He is just not fun to watch. I'm going to probably complain about the Seahawks every week until a different quarterback is put there, honestly. So, the Falcons beat the Seahawks 27-23. That score isn't what it sounds like. It wasn't as close as you thought. 49ers, Broncos. I expected, this is another reason why this week was crazy. I expected the 49ers to stomp out the Broncos. And the Broncos come in with the heat. They won 10-11 Broncos. So they really showed some cojones in this one. And I thought after week 2 of losing with Russell Wilson that the Broncos were just going to kind of shut down for the season. But that 49ers win really shows a comeback and a bounce back. That's some attitude right there, you know? So I like that. The Broncos showed a lot of heart in that. Even though the score was low and the offense wasn't too good, it was a big defensive game, just like that Packers-Tampa game. But it definitely showed some heart, if you can say that. I believe, that was the last game. I was just sitting here ranting. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I didn't switch over there. I just fucking murdered.